Del Taco's history is cinema. The business rose and fought allies that turned competitors to continue to exist. This is the Del Taco story of friendship, betrayal, and survival. Del Taco is a fast food chain serving delicious Mexican-inspired cuisine since 1964, and it began with Ed Hackbarth and David Jameson. The duo established their business and opened the first restaurant in Yermo, California, which is still in operation. The duo named their company Casa del Taco, and on the first day of business, they were off to a flying start, making $169. The co-founders continued to make sales, and their success led to more restaurants in Barstow and Needles. The business continued to expand. In 1966, the owners opened a fifth restaurant in Corona and played with the concept of drive-thru. The new location became the company's first location with a drive-thru, and it surprisingly helped them get a partner, Dick Noggle. Dick came in to install kitchen machinery in one of the stores and was so impressed with the company's operations that he decided to join the co-founders in the business. The three men founded Red E Food Systems Inc. and started franchising the Del Taco brand. By 1973, the company had grown so much that it changed its name. The brand removed Casa from its name and became Del Taco Inc. The brand continued to be a hit among customers, and it owed its popularity to its unique menu that included the famous bean and cheese burrito, which customers could have with green or red sauce. Due to the popularity of the business, buyers hovered around it. Eventually, the founders gave in, and in 1976, Hackbarth and Jameson sold their business to investors. The investors continued to grow the restaurant steadily, and by 1977, the company had 50 restaurants in the U.S. However, that same year, Noggles decided to leave the restaurant and created his chain, which he named Noggles. Noggle made his chains similar to Del Taco, and the two chains soon became rivals. Del Taco's rivalry with Noggles didn't stop the business from opening a new location almost every month. In 1981, the company had about 350 restaurants, which were mostly in California, but that all changed in 1989, and an unlikely alliance happened. Del Taco merged with Noggles. At the time of the merger, Noggles had 171 locations, and the combination of the two chains led the Del Taco brand to expand its reach to other parts of the United States. With the ease with which the two rivals merged their business, we can't help but wonder if the two chains planned that Noggles should form his own business so they could expand their reach. But with how the two brands had shops directly across the street from each other in some locations like Lake Forest, California, 22401 El Toro Road, Orange, California, and 1717 Lincoln Avenue, it's unlikely they planned to split and merge later. And if you like to learn about the history of your favorite eateries, be sure to subscribe for more content like this. In 1990, Kevin K. Moriarty became Del Taco's CEO, but the man had great ambitions. He quickly became the brand's owner. He and his team were keen to boost the business's fortunes. They directed efforts to boost the brand's image by improving the total customer experience. One of Kevin's and the team's first moves was to regain the exclusive rights to the company's name from W.R. Grace and Company. This allowed the company to have locations beyond California. Another of the brand's efforts to improve its brand image was to invest millions of dollars in improving its restaurants and corporate logo. The new logo featured a yellow sun rising over green mountains with a red background. The colors paid homage to the chain's major, which are cheese, lettuce, and tomatoes. The company under Kevin's leadership was keen to expand and made a big announcement. It declared its plans to add more locations and bring it to 500 stores by 1995. The company also said it would then get its stores to 225 by 2000 if only wishes were horses. Things didn't go as smoothly as planned. In 1993, Del Taco filed for protection under Chapter 11 bankruptcy. This was partly due to the company paying rent on the many outlets that it had closed. The bankruptcy was only a temporary setback, but the company would even get into more trouble. But more of this later. Del Taco emerged from bankruptcy and continued to grow, and by 1998, the chain had 325 stores in 12 states. In 2000, the brand thought of ways to expand, and an opportunity quickly presented itself. The brand made a deal with Compass Group plc to open stores on U.S. military bases, with the first one opening at Patuxent River Naval Air Station in Maryland in early 2001. While 2001 saw the business expanding, it was also the year of backlashes and lawsuits for the brand. Some of the company's former employees, all African American, sued it for discrimination. They claimed that they had been insulted and overlooked for promotions, with Hispanic workers getting promoted instead. The disgruntled employees also alleged that the chain then eventually fired them and replaced them with undocumented immigrants. Del Taco tried to improve its reputation by launching a sponsorship program with sports teams in some states in the U.S. The deal allowed the brand to put its logo on these teams' items like cups and so on. This move paid off. In 2003, the company announced that their restaurants had a massive increase in annual sales. After years of going steady under an owner, Del Taco changed hands in 2004 when Sagittarius Brands LLC, the parent company of Captain D's Seafood based in Nashville, Tennessee, purchased it. Sagittarius Brands LLC meant business and drove up the taco chain's expansion. By 2008, the company opened its 500th store in Burbank, California. The chain was still on a roll. By 2009, the brand opened a new restaurant in Oviedo, Florida. The company had done this before in the 80s, but the owners of that location couldn't sustain it then, and the brand closed the store there. Did the taco chain stop its expansion wave? What do you think? It has just begun. The brand opened 4 locations in Colorado, and it eventually had 21 stores across the state. The company switched its sites to Houston, opening a new location in March 2012, and created plans to grow its stores in Houston. That same December, the company opened a Cedar Park, Texas, and popped open another one in Round Rock, Texas. Then the store journeyed to Moore, Oklahoma, opening its first store there. In 2013, the brand went to the River region, adding a restaurant in Montgomery, Alabama. However, it closed in 2016. The brand currently has 594 stores, and you can't count it out of expanding even more, just as you can't count the store out of getting into even more trouble, even when it didn't mean to. In 1999, the company wanted to do a campaign, and it created a new mascot, a masked vigilante named Del Taco. The character was based on the characters from the legendary Sergio Leone's spaghetti westerns of the 1970s. The masked mascot was a hit, maybe a little too much of a hit. It quickly became a popular figure in the company's advertising and a quick source of lawsuits. The mascot looked a lot like another masked vigilante, Zorro. Unfortunately, Zorro Productions Inc. and TriStar Pictures Inc. had already trademarked Zorro, and as the owners, they sued the chain for copyright infringement. The company reacted and argued that its mascot was different from Zorro, but the court disagreed. In the end, the company was forced to change its mascot and remove him from all of its advertising. But the mascot attempt didn't stop there. However, the next try didn't have dire consequences. The brand introduced a new mascot, a clumsy guy named Dan. Dan was far from the dashing Del Taco, but he quickly became a fan favorite. In 2018, the EEOC sued the brand for sexual harassment. According to EEOC, the shift leader and general manager of stores near Rancho Cucamonga, California, were harassing female employees with abusive comments and their actions. EEOC claimed the shift leader had even asked for sex from the female employees, and that it got so bad that the harassment became a daily occurrence. Employees who spoke up got into trouble. They had their work hours shortened or schedules changed. The company settled the lawsuit in December 2020 by agreeing to pay $12.5 million and entered a 3-year consent decree which mandated the brand to train employees on anti-discrimination laws. By law, the company must emphasize kicking out sexual harassment, retain an employment monitor, and make it seamless for employees to report harassment and discrimination. Customers know Del Taco for its fresh, made-to-order food. Its menu features tacos, burritos, quesadillas, and other Mexican delights. The brand also offers a variety of American comfort food like burgers and fries. But the restaurant isn't all about its delicious menu. It has gone head-to-head with its competitors and merged with them. Then it got into trouble with the law and changed hands multiple times. Despite all of this, the company has pulled through and is still expanding. But don't you think the business needs to do more due diligence before making decisions? Or is its operational model okay? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to support our channel.